But I just kind of say what's been on my mind lately. Since we've been talking about new creation, and we've talked about creating something new. I suppose that will take a lot of our emphasis, all of us, our time and effort, if we're going to do that well. So that's been kind of been thinking about that. And that reading, which I'm trying to find right now, I, John, saw a new heaven and a new earth. God's dwelling is with the human race. God will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there shall be no more death or mourning, wailing or pain, for the old order has passed away. Wonderful. Who wouldn't want that, right? New and improved. We all want new life, right? And if we took it to a vote, we say, yeah, I want that, right? And that's what we're talking about, new creation. And I think that will be good. Now, the part that we have suspicions about, the part that we're not quite sure of, I think, as human beings, is this part. The old order has passed away. The former earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. That gets down to the nitty-gritty of what has to be let go of. What changes, what is gone, if we're going to embrace the new. And we human beings, I don't know about your experience, my experience is we don't change unless we have to. In working with people, that's usually kind of the way it works. I do a lot of counseling. And people come to me and they have no trouble saying what they want. Something new. They want less depression, less anxiety. They want peace in their marriage relationship. They have no problem saying what the new creation they want. But when you get down to talking about it, and how do you get there, and what you have to let go of, then they're not quite so sure if they're really up for that new creation. That is kind of always the thing. And I've worked with a lot of people. I don't know how many times that is my experience. My experience with most people, I think, as I work with people, and myself. We're not so anxious to let go of what we've had. Change is not so easy. But change is inevitable, right? And new creation, it draws us on. We just celebrated the feast of Pentecost. And we read the story of the fire, tongues of fire on the disciples' heads. Not just the 12 apostles, by the way. There's 123 people in that room, we're told by Scripture. Anyway, but tongues of fire. Fire has always been connected with the image of God. The burning bush. Pillar of fire that led the Israelites to the desert. That's kind of an interesting image for God. It's interesting because we don't want to get too close to fire. Because something's going to happen. Something's going to change. Get close to fire. You hear fire in the news, you don't hear the fire of somebody grilling a bratwurst on a grill. You hear things like the wildfires in California that destroyed Paradise, California. That's when you hear what the fire is about. That's our collective kind of image of fire, danger. Because it destroys. It wipes out. It changes things. And I think we don't want to get too close to the fire and to the Spirit, because the Spirit is going to change things. So we kind of keep our distance a lot of times. Well, let's not get too close there because, well, we kind of like it the way it is. Well, God holds our feet to the fire a lot of times. Our last provincial election, here I am. It was not my plan. But God had other plans, apparently. So, anyway, maintain. And it's hard. It destroys. Change, fire, it's destructive. Destructive. You know, the whole, but it's inevitable. And, you know, there's lots of ways you look at fire in the church. The whole revelation of the sex abuse in the church by clergy. You know, that's a fire that's raging in our church. And it's destructive. You know, people have been abused. They have to relive that as they, you know, as they tell the story. And that's awful, painful. And the image of the church is kind of destroyed. And yet, from that fire, hopefully, can come, like the people in Paradise, California, have to figure out, well, how to rebuild. What kind of house are we going to build in this church? Is it going to be the same old? Top-down, hierarchy, secrecy? Or is it going to be something different? See, that's what fire does. It's destructive, but it forces us, it pushes the issue of where we need to go. It asks the question, okay, if you have to let go of that, which God makes us do, where are we going to go? Forces the issue. Another slower fire, I think, is people who are not, especially younger people, are not participating in organized religion anymore. So what do we do with that? It's a slow fire, but it's burning. So how do we want to be as a church that invites people in? Is it the same old? Do we just move the furniture around? Or do we become a different kind of community? Who is invited in? How do we invite people who aren't invited now? You know, how do we want to be as a community as we're looking at new creation? Who's going to be members and who is not? Who's going to join in this process, this work? And who are on the outskirts? You know, how are we going to do that? How are we going to be with each other? Will we let the Spirit, the fire of the Spirit, burn away that stuff that keeps us from new life? That stuff like grudges. That stuff like divisions among us. That stuff that, you know, kind of titles that we have that, you know, this person's here, this person's here. You know, hierarchy. Are we going to kind of build a different house? Or are we going to do what the same old thing? Those are the questions I'm thinking of as I think of the new creation. And, you know, I have to be honest, it's a daunting task. It's daunting just personally, as I try to kind of figure out, how do I do this? But it's daunting, now that I've been elected here, to kind of see how I do this with you, kind of, and somebody up front here, I guess. But one thing that gives me, that I take comfort in, this is kind of how I kind of look at everything. I take comfort in the fact that I truly believe that whether the fire is raging and it's painful and it's awful and it's terrible, or whether it's just kind of taking a break, or just smoldering, or things, you know, kind of feel good and there's not too much, you know, things going on. Whatever it is, I trust that there's a purpose to it. That God is at work somehow. That's kind of what keeps me going anyway. That, you know, no matter what, you know, if we're trying to get from here to there, and it's like trudging through waist-deep mud, which sometimes it is, there's a purpose to that. Maybe it's to slow us down and to listen to each other. Or if we're racing along and everything's going well, maybe that's a good thing too. I trust that whatever it is, that's how God is working. That's all I can do. That's what keeps me going. So, as I take this job, you know, I don't have the answers, I don't. But what I do know is that, well, we're going to do this together, right? And we're going to figure out a way to go forward. slow, fast, whatever, stumbling, or with clarity, or with whatever. But, you know, that's all I know what to do. So I take this job with humility and hope that all of you will support me in this. And with our collective wisdom, we will figure it out. We will go somewhere. I don't know where we're going to go. We're going to go somewhere. And there is good. Because we're all in the hand of